In today's tip, we're going to be covering all you need to know about Instagram Reels, from the basics of how to create a reel if you have no idea what you're doing. I'm also going to give you some content ideas if you're feeling stuck on where to begin or what to create. And then I'm also going to share some reasons why it's so important to be taking advantage of Reels right now and how that can help you get seen by more potential new followers. So let's dive into it. So you might be wondering, what's so great about Reels? Why should I spend my time making them? And I'm going to go over a few of the reasons why. First of all, say you create a reel and maybe it's funny or entertaining in some way, and your followers like it enough that they hit the little share button and they reshare it into their stories, and now all of their followers and their friends are seeing that reel, and it's kind of like a snowball effect. So it continues building, and that's one of the reasons why you'll see Reels start to go viral, because it's getting reshared and reshared. So that's one reason that Reels are so great. Another reason is if your reel starts to trend and go viral, Instagram will start to show that in the generic Explorer page on Reels. So therefore, you're getting into a much wider audience with a reel. So they are so important if you're wanting to gain and attract potential new followers, because you're getting into the eyes and views of people who didn't even know you existed, all because of your reel. And as far as content ideas, if you're feeling stuck on where to begin or what to create, I would highly recommend going over to the Explorer page on Reels and Instagram and just start scanning through ideas and just kind of getting inspired there. And if you're seeing kind of a trend on, wow, a lot of people are liking this particular one, maybe recreate a version of your own. And that's something that you could do to start with. So every time you create a reel, I would encourage you to think about this. Would somebody reshare it into their stories because it's funny, or it's entertaining, or it's engaging, or maybe you're sharing some kind of life hack or tip or recipe? So think about that when you're creating your reels and coming up with content. But really just focusing on what you do and what you do best is a great place to showcase your talents in reels. You know, if you're somebody who shares beauty tips, you could put that into your reels, or, fashion, whatever makes sense for you and your account. So let's talk about how to make an Instagram reel. So first of all, open up Instagram. I'm on my profile page here, and I'm going to show you, once you create your first reel, they will get stored here, so you can toggle over to the little reel icon, and I can go back through and see any of my past reels here. And if I want to go ahead and create a new one, I can just click on the little plus sign in the upper right and then select reel. So it takes me to the little dialog here, and I'm going to walk through some of these features. So this is where you would build and create your reel. So first of all, you can select either a 15-second or a 30-second reel, so you can toggle that. The little music icon is where you add music, which I'll show you in a moment. If you click on the little 1 times here, you can actually speed up or slow down the video. And then the little effect icon, if you select that, what you want to do is then kind of toggle around and you can add an effect. The next feature is, I think this one's fairly new, but if you click on this, it's touch up. And I believe what that does is sort of touch up any imperfections on like your skin, and you can kind of raise or lower that as you need. And then one of my favorite features, obviously, that I use the most is the timer. So this is really important. So you can kind of, if you want to do your video in phases, you could start with maybe a 5-second block and have that there, set timer. And then when you select to record, it gives you a countdown, so you could quickly move away if you need to. And now it is filming the first part of your reel for that 5 seconds, and then it shuts off. So now that we've gone through the features, let's go ahead and just create a reel together. So I'm just gonna keep it on 15 seconds. I'm gonna click the music icon, and I'm just gonna pick this one here that's trending. And then I'm going to set a timer for, let's just stick with like 3.5 seconds. Set timer. Okay, so now if I go ahead and click on the record button, like I said, it's gonna give me 3 seconds. And this is gonna be really lame, but I'm gonna kind of pan around. Okay, so now that I've completed that first segment, do you see how a new icon pops up here? So if I click on this one, this is called a line. So now when I create the next segment, I'm gonna go back into the timer, and now I'm gonna do like another few seconds, and I'm gonna set timer. If you want to align it back up, that's how people are doing like their jumps or their outfit changes. They're getting this lined back up using that transparency that it gives you. And now when I do my countdown and I start again, I'm gonna be right in that same spot and can continue filming. So again, if I want to redo that and I screwed it up, I can go back and hit discard or keep. And then if you want to stop before 15 seconds, like if you don't need a full 15 seconds, you can say edit. So now if I want to, I can have this be the end of my video and I can start adding text. So say I want to add some text. I'm gonna say office reveal and I'm gonna put like a little background on it. And then I'm going to say coming soon. This is gonna be like a little sneak peek type of video. So now do you see how there's 2 blocks of text below? I have the office reveal and coming soon. So now this is where I can edit it. So if I say office reveal, so now I'm working on this type here. If I want that to appear for like the first part of this video, and then now if I click on coming soon, I can scan that to have it show up kind of towards the end, or I could even overlap these. So now if you watch the preview, do you see how office reveal is showing? And then as soon as it splits there, it's gonna disappear and coming soon. So that's how you could add groups of text. That's how people point to things or have text appear and disappear throughout the reel. And if you don't have any audio saved, I'm gonna show you how to go about finding that. So if you click on the little magnifying glass down below, select reels. So say I really like this person's reel. I thought it was clever. I liked the audio. If you click on her audio, do you see how it pulls it up and it gives me the option to save it? Or I can look and get other ideas of what other people have done with this audio. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that original audio from this person. So now if I go back into my reels and I select audio, and if I go into saved, do you see how now it pops up at the top? So I can go ahead and click on that one. And now I'm using that audio that I liked from that post that inspired me, and I can do my own rendition or version of it. So one important thing to think about when you're building your text and adding to your reel is that in the preview, when people are just kind of scrolling through Instagram and some of these reels are popping up, they will only see about this much of the reel. So be mindful of putting your text and positioning it where it's gonna show, because they will not see your text if it's too low or too high. And then once you're done, this is where you can say share to, and you can write a caption and you can include, some hashtags that are relevant to whatever you're posting. And you could say also share to feed if you want to have a little preview appear in your feed. And then now I can say share, or I can save it as a draft if I'm not quite ready. The other thing you can do prior to sharing is if you click on the image there, do you see how you can either select your cover from kind of scrolling through your reel, or you can say add from camera roll. So you could actually go and create a really nice looking cover image using an app like Canva or WordSwag or whatever. That way it has a really nice cohesive look to it. And then once you're done, just go ahead and say share, and it will post into your reels. If you are not quite ready to post this, some people will try to say download, but it will say, save to camera roll, but it will save without the audio. So that's kind of a bummer because you've already spent that time lining it up with your audio. So just go into share to and then save as a draft. That way you can get back to it later. And now if I go back over into my reels, you can see how it's kind of blacked out, but you can see it's a draft. And so if I select it, then it takes me right back to where I was, and I can go ahead and post it when I'm ready. And then once your reel is officially posted, if you click on it and then click the little paper airplane icon, you could say add reel to your story. So this is where I always like to, go into GIF to add some text on there that kind of piques people's interest. Does anyone else do this too? So now people are curious to go see what it is that you're doing, because ultimately you want to drive people over to your reel, because the more they start liking, commenting on it, interacting and engaging with this particular reel, the more it's going to start trending and gaining more views. Hopefully those tips were helpful. I would love to see your reel. And if you found this video helpful, I hope that you like and comment and even share it into your stories. That definitely helps me out a lot. And thanks for following along. I'll be back with more tips, and I can't wait to see your reels and what you do.